Inside this thermodynamic forge, raw surgical steel is weaponized into the ultimate extraction vessel.
Immense crushing pressure bends armored steel into a monolithic foundation built to withstand extreme internal forces.
Solid brass is violently carved with micromillimeter precision, forging the critical chamber where extraction pressure reaches critical mass.
Blinding plasma arcs slice through heavy-gauge steel, forging the indestructible outer shell of the thermodynamic fortress. Automated precision fuses the heavy copper arteries, creating an impenetrable network designed to channel superheated liquid. Microscopic flow patterns are etched with lethal precision, engineering the perfect hydraulic distribution matrix. The primary extraction weapon is pounded into existence, built to clamp down against terrifying hydrostatic pressure. Pneumatic brute force shapes the heavy-duty steam lance, preparing it to unleash violent, superheated vapor.
Microscopic acoustic scans guarantee the thermodynamic lung will never rupture under absolute maximum pressure. A heavy-duty foundation is forged. The components of absolute flavor extraction await integration.
The hydraulic heart is lowered into the armored beast, engineered to generate earth-shattering extraction pressure.
Steel-braided veins are connected, preparing to pump extreme pressure boiling water through the machine's core.
The extraction chamber is anchored with extreme torque, locking the massive brass block to the indestructible chassis.
Electromagnetic valves are deployed, forging a precise gatekeeper to control the devastating flow of pressurized liquid. Internal thermodynamic coils are fused into the main vault, engineering a rapid heat transfer system that never falters.
The powerhouse is mounted on heavy-duty isolators, silencing the violent vibrations of the high-speed motor.
Solid steel dispersion blocks are pounded into the throat, ensuring uniform annihilation of the coffee puck.
Catastrophic safety valves are locked into the vault, containing the volatile superheated steam within safe tolerances. A labyrinth of sensory veins is routed through the chassis, feeding real-time hydraulic data to the digital brain.
The hydraulic circuitry is complete, a maze of raw mechanical power, waiting to be electrified. The digital brain is locked into the armored vault, a high-tech command center engineered to orchestrate devastating thermal precision. High-voltage electrical veins are connected, preparing to channel monumental energy into the superheated core.
Titanium thermal sensors penetrate the boiler, feeding micromillimeter temperature data to the artificial intelligence.
The thermodynamic lung is suffocated in military-grade thermal armor, trapping extreme heat and preventing catastrophic energy loss.
A heavy-duty tungsten core is driven into the boiler, designed to instantly vaporize water with explosive electrical force.
Magnetic contactors are forged into the grid, engineered to control the violent surges of industrial electricity.
The shatterproof digital interface is embedded into the front armor, the only point of communication with the mechanical beast.
Volumetric sensors are laser calibrated to deliver lethal extraction volumes with absolute, unrelenting accuracy.
The entire digital nervous system is hermetically sealed in a waterproof vault, rendering it invincible to boiling spills and high-pressure steam.
The electrical grid awakens. The machine breathes energy for the first time, ready to boil its blood.
Heavy-gauge surgical steel armor is lowered into position, forging an impenetrable fortress around the volatile thermodynamic core. The steel shell is pounded into submission, anchored to the foundation to withstand catastrophic internal pressures.
The heavy-duty steam lance is integrated, engineered to unleash a devastating vortex of superheated vapor.
The massive armored drip tray is locked in place, providing a solid foundation for the violent extraction process.
Its identity is permanently scarred into the steel, a badge of absolute, uncompromising industrial supremacy.
Brute force meets microscopic refinement. The armor is polished to a blinding, mirror-like perfection.
Solid brass command dials are pounded into place, giving the operator absolute tactile dominance over the superheated steam.
Heavy-duty analog gauges are embedded, providing a direct, unfiltered visual of the terrifying hydraulic forces inside.
Every millimeter of the steel fortress is scrutinized. Only absolute structural perfection is permitted to leave the line.
The thermodynamic fortress is sealed, a masterpiece of heavy-duty engineering, waiting to be unleashed. Thermodynamic fortress is sealed inside the torture chamber, preparing to face simulated Armageddon.
Pushed far beyond the limits of standard extraction, the rotary pump unleashes a devastating hydrostatic assault.
Subjected to catastrophic thermal energy, the heavy-duty copper lung refuses to buckle under the boiling wrath.
The heavy-duty steam lance is breached, unleashing a violent vortex of superheated vapor with terrifying velocity.
Choked by a solid steel blockade, the machine is forced to swallow its own maximum pressure. It does not flinch. Microscopic laser scans hunt for weakness in the armor. The high-pressure seals remain absolutely impenetrable.
Catastrophic fail-safes are triggered intentionally, proving the fortress can vent lethal pressure before a meltdown.
Violent seismic vibrations simulate a lifetime of commercial abuse. The monolithic chassis absorbs every devastating blow. Having survived simulated hell, the steel beast emerges unscathed, its thermodynamic superiority proven.
Certified for absolute dominance, the extraction Leviathan earns its right to conquer the global frontline.
The mechanical beast is jacked into the mainframe. Artificial intelligence assumes absolute command of the thermodynamic core. Lethal hydraulic force is tamed into a microscopic, perfectly symmetrical storm, engineered to annihilate the coffee puck. The payload is locked and loaded. The thermodynamic fortress prepares to execute the ultimate extraction sequence.
Algorithmic supremacy dictates the pressure curve, locking onto 9 bars of devastating force with 0 fluctuation.
Under earth-shattering pressure, the raw essence is violently extracted, yielding a heavy, weaponized golden nectar. Thermal telemetry is scanned in real time. The AI enforces absolute thermodynamic stability throughout the violent extraction. Superheated vapor is unleashed, weaponized to obliterate liquids into a microfoam of uncompromising perfection. Micromillimeter adjustments dial in the flow restrictor, tuning the brute force into an instrument of surgical precision.
A symphony of violence and precision. The monolithic Leviathan executes its protocol flawlessly.
The assault is terminated with absolute finality. The extraction protocol is a total, uncompromising success.
A final, aggressive polish. The indestructible armor is prepped for global deployment. Bound in high-tensile industrial film, the machine is hermetically sealed against the elements.
Encased in thick, ballistic-grade shock armor, the thermodynamic core is secured to survive the brutal impacts of global logistics.
Lowered into a heavy wooden vault, the fortress prepares for its transcontinental journey. Heavy-duty nylon bands are fused with extreme heat, locking the vault with unbreakable tension.
Its coordinates are locked. The extraction Leviathan is manifested for global dispatch.
Logistical titans mobilize the heavy-duty cargo, preparing to deploy absolute extraction dominance. An army of thermodynamic fortresses, stacked and waiting to conquer the world's most demanding environments.
Loaded into massive steel shipping vaults, the fleet prepares to cross the most hostile oceans on Earth.
Sealed in darkness, the beast is unleashed onto the global supply chain.
Deployed to the front line of flavor, the extraction Leviathan arrives at its permanent fortress.
Stripped of its transport armor, the raw industrial beast is unleashed into the sanctuary.
Anchored to solid stone, the thermodynamic core claims its absolute domain.
High-pressure municipal arteries are hardwired directly into the beast, feeding it an infinite supply of ammunition.
The payload is locked. The extraction chamber is sealed against terrifying hydrostatic pressure.
While the world demands perfection, the Leviathan delivers absolute, uncompromising thermodynamic dominance.
Engineered to dominate. Built to extract forever. The ultimate standard.